I need to speak up. Oh shit. Well, let's try that. I was just gonna do it just to. This is all it says is just me running through the store again to have it online for people to watch. The only parts I'll speak is the parts that are not vocalized. If I have some of the beginning parts are cringy or weird. Fortunately, you don't see the opening cutscene. Here, if you don't think, I don't believe. We'll see. Who knows? There's no one. So you visit the medic on your wanderings. His training ground found just outside the city where the soldiers ordered to an adder, drilled in swordplay and other martial matters. I mention this because an acquaintance of mine, a gentleman by the name of Alfred, is an instructor there, and I think you may be of use to him. Talk and introduce yourself, and find out if there's anything you can do to help. Mind you do not stray far from the path. The 12 Wood is not a place for merry strolls to underbrush. So it does look like you do miss out on the beginning parts of, exploring the city, doing the initial quest, and then just getting your bearings from there. So they don't show that. So they show you off when you leave, which would avoid the whole class quest in the beginning too, because you may want to do a class quest. More than one. Sent word to expect you. My name is Galfred, responsible for returning our twin hour rooms. Thank you for volunteering your assistance. The 12 was as much changed since the calamitous arrival of the 7th Umbral Era. 5 years ago. The power of the Impulse wanes, and the harmony of the Force gives way to chaos. A great abundance of life has been lost, as the strong, rampant, stifling the weak and new sprung. Though it may not appear so to the eyes of an outsider, the 12th Wood is alien. It's what's rich variety of fading memory. The senses of predominant. The restoration of the Force is a sacred duty. It is my hope to think that adventurers such as you offer aid them in their struggles. Listen to their requests and do all that you can. May the elements bless your endeavors, class. You are eager to lend a hand, lass. That is well, but I cannot in good conscience send you into the Force until I have established that you are equal to the task. It bears repeating that, in the 5 years since the dawn of the 7th Umbral Era, many a 12 crews have been transformed into vicious, bloodthirsty monsters. venturing into the forest without the proper gear is tantamount to suicide. I suggest you take some time to evaluate your equipment. Once you deem your armor to be sufficient and of sufficient quality, present yourself to me for inspection. Equip your head, body, hands, legs, and feet with gear at level 5 or above. To go. Ready for inspection, are we? Right then. Eyes forward, back straight. Yes, I think you passed muster. You'd be surprised at how many young, promising soldiers get themselves killed by rushing off into the woods without first donning a decent set of armor. Your equipment, however, should provide the required degree of protection. Consider yourself ready for duty, lass. Lass, by your tireless efforts you have proven yourself a friend to Gridania. I believe you can be trusted with sensitive intelligence. I would assign you a mission of considerable import. Yet the need for secrecy prevents me from disclosing its details until you have pledged your participation. I am authorized to tell you only that it concerns suspicious activity in Tulsa. Say that you will lend us your aid, and I shall proceed with the briefing. Good. Time is of the essence, so listen well. You will by now have heard that a suspicious individual has been seen prowling the Twelveswood, and you may also be aware that the Ixal activity has risen sharply in the region of late. What you may not know is that this increase coincides almost exactly with the first recorded signing of the aforementioned individual. Suspecting a connection, we tightened our surveillance in hopes of tracking down our unknown visitor. Alas, our quarry proving to be exceedingly elusive, almost as if he knows our moves ahead of time. But where whole units have failed, a lone adventurer may yet succeed. Acting independently and covertly, you may be able to close in on our quarry unnoticed. Fear and anxiety are beginning to take their toll upon this industry. For their sake, I ask that you aid us in this investigation. You have my gratitude. With your help, I am hopeful we will shed light upon this mystery. Begin your search at Lifeman's It is there that the majority of the sightings took place. Be forewarned, my people cannot offer you support, lest our quarry catch scent of our presence and evade us yet again. Proceed with caution. Like how you're supposed to do it, you'd be walking. Here, you wouldn't actually be running. Kind of break the work. Level 20 is when you get your mount, so I won't be running. Probably try to stay grounded once I get my mount. Until 50, you don't get to fly. So. I went the wrong way. You're about to enter an instance battle. Instance battles only occur during certain quests and missions. Take a moment to read the information displayed in the active help window before entering the Call of Duty. I mean, I guess I could do it on easier, very easy. I really don't see the point, but they put these in, by the way.
Someone's already here. Oh dear. Is that a sword in the stump? Bad idea. Really bad idea. It takes a lot less than that to incite the green wrath, you know. Why, the first time we came to the Twelveswood, we almost ended up as a stranger dinner, just for crashing our airship in the wrong place.
No, not this
It was
one.
all Papalimos' fault, of course.
Kipper.
Though, it's... You know her, Kuplo Cobb?
Well, not exactly, but we did once share a carriage. Isn't that right?
How are the readings?
Same as the last. There is a disturbance here as well. And newly manifested at that. Kuplo Cop seems convinced of your innocence. But if this isn't your doing, whose is it?
Ever since the calamity, the forest's been really sensitive. The slightest disruption to the etheric flow, and this sort of thing happens.
It seems we have little choice.
Stay close.
hear, feel, think. Crystal Bearer. I am Heidelin, all made one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate. The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them. By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart. Shine thy light on all creation.
You fainted. A surfeit of ether, no doubt.
And what have we here?
Our culprit, it would seem, an Ixal. And no ordinary Ixal either. A chieftain. That they would venture this deep into enemy territory, the beastmen may indeed be acting under orders. This is Papalimo. We found the
How are we
culprit.
feeling then?
It was an Ixal
Better?
chieftain.
Good.
Yes, we'll seek Brother Esumian's cooperation in the matter.
Giant
Duh?
crystals?
Oh,
Can't
loud,
say I've seen any.
tactless. Much the same
Are
as
you
always.
sure you're feeling better?
Understood. Over and out. Kuplokop, please bear word of these developments to Brother Esumian. We shall soon return to give a full report.
Understood. Over and out. Kaboom!
Here is where we part ways. Till next time, take care.
I think that sword might be a clue. You should definitely pull it out and take it back to the Bannock. You don't suppose that adventurer could see Kuplokop, do you?
And this occurs to you now? Yes, it seemed that way.
Well, time will have to, because you won't. You never tell me what's really going on. Unless you don't know what's going on either.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
It's good to see you, Bannock. One of our guard sent word that you had been spotted during battle with Ray. We need to find you none worse for the experience. But tell me, what were you able to discover of life in Stomp? Sword in the Stomp and a dead Ixal. I can say with absolute certainty that this blade is of Ixal origin. It is of a kind used exclusively in Beastman's rituals. Ixal clearly set foot in the central site. So tight is our guard over the area. Purpose could have driven them to take such a risk. I fear something is afoot. What's that? A dubious couple sporting spectacles? Ha 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 ha. So you have finally been acquainted with Yida and Papalamo. Lay your suspicions to rest. Vidania counts them among her staunchest allies. Both are scholars hailing from a distant land and have been with us since before the calamity. Their garb may appear outlandish and their exchange baffling, but never once have they given us cause to doubt them. Indeed, they often assist the gods Quiver and the Wood Whalers in their work, much as I hope you will in the days to come. Although our unknown visitor eludes us well, owing to your efforts, we have acquired important intelligence on the Ixal threat. You have my gratitude. You are fortunate indeed to have a capable avenger such as you aiding us. I pray you will continue to serve the people of Gridania in whatever capacity you are in. Last, injuries to several of my men have left me short-handed. Require a capable sword to complete this their unfinished duty. Task is simple: put down as many of the local Chigoian population as necessary to require 3 of their egg sacs. Having done so, you are to deliver them to Old Grangun at Gilbert's Spire. He will answer you any queries you might have. Now, I have other business to attend to. You must be there. You're standing in for your companions. Terribly unfortunate, but it's that. It seems, however, that you had little trouble gathering the egg sacs in their stead. Excellent work. I shall have them sent over to the Trappers League immediately. Lest you wonder, these egg sacs are not destined for the dining table. Members of the Twin Adder and the Wood Whalers are assisting the League by collecting the samples they need to check for signs of sickness. Chigoi, you see, is one of the few creatures capable of transmitting the disease known as the creeping death. Until relatively recently, any hero who contracted this ghastly illness will almost inevitably perish. Indeed, a single outbreak once claimed the lives of a third of the Hyrulean population here in Verdana. That was not a long time ago, of course. With the medicines available to us now, the death is not the killer it once was. Even so, it is best to halt any outbreaks before they occur. Thus we gather to aids on a regular basis in order to assist the trappers with their ongoing missions. Time assistance is most just bearing I sent a recruit from the Bannock on a surveying expedition, only for the craven to turn tail and flee at the first sign of trouble. This is not how we treat requests from the conjurers. As if such a poor show weren't bad enough. The Lily delivered half what left behind, the surveying equipment provided by Here Pauline and herself. While I attempt to instill some backbone into the so-called soldier, would you mind recovering the survey gear and returning it to the Here Pauline at Gabanock's Bower? According to my recruit's tale of woe, there should be a set of survey records, a surveyor's rope, and 2 boxes of survey is strewn about the interior of a cave to the south of here. It's a wonder the damn fool didn't lose his boots. Make your watch over you. Normally at the level I would be at, normally would have to kill these, but yes. May I assist you with some matter? Oh, but these are the equipments I left with the soldier of the Bannock. Fled at the first sign of danger, you see? I see. Well, all is not lost. It appears the recruit managed to complete the surveying assignment. The records are actually quite detailed. The changes wrought by the calamity. I thought it wise to send the order of the Twin Adder out on a number of expeditions to map out the region's topography. As fortune would have it, the officers saw these tasks as an excellent opportunity to train inexperienced soldiers. We can no longer rely on our past knowledge of toiling. survey these troubled times, we must reacquaint ourselves with our surroundings, that we may better discern the threats we face. Stay vigilant, adventurer. I hesitate to make such a dangerous request. Might you assist us in thinning the number of anoles on naked rock? In our efforts to commune with the elements, we conjurers often find ourselves in the area. Of late, however, our meditations have all too frequently been interrupted by unprovoked anole attacks. Truly, the beasts grow more aggressive by the day. Their numbers have continued to grow since the advent of the 7th Umbral Era, you see, forcing packs of the scalekin to come down from the mountains in search of food. If you could slay a handful of these beasts, that should lessen their need to hunt and also serve as a warning to the animals to remain within their territory. But I am afraid you must do more than thin the existing population. If you are to truly break their spiraling growth, then we must also target their future offspring. Bring me some of their eggs, and you will have played your part in returning balance to this area of the forest. Have returned. Now my brothers and sisters continue their meditation undisturbed. You have my thanks. As for the egg, may I ask you to deliver it to Tsuba Kamazom at the back? Adult eggs are both large and filled with nutrients. Perfect meal for a soul. She will be more than little pleased to see you, I should imagine. Who goes there? Oh, lass, it's you. Another delivery? I'm not certain I should be the one to... Oh, no, Fikia. That's an anole egg. The troops will be glad indeed to see one of these at table. You say here Pauline sent you on this errand? I hear the anoles are more numerous than ever, yet you appear to have managed the task with your skin intact. Your skill and bravery continue to amaze me, lass. Last, thank the gods you've come. We have put a potential crisis on our hands and we will appreciate your assistance. Will you hear me out? Listen well, for we haven't much time. To southeast of here lies a dungeon known as Spirit Hold. It is all but destroyed during the calamity. Desiring to offer the ruins back to the forest, I here ventured inside to carry out the rite of returning. Alas, it would seem something has gone awry. Word arrived just moments ago that the hero and his guards have been attacked by a towering shadow. Aye, and you heard me true, a shadow. On any other day, I would dispatch my best quivermen to provide support, but I sent them to repel an Ixali threat into incursion to the west, shroud, an area of Belago. The timing of the events could not be more a coincidence. I fear the Ixal somehow caught wind of our plans and are attempting to disrupt the right in an effort to weaken the bond between man and elemental. They must not be allowed to succeed, and so I bid you to spare hold, do whatever is necessary to resolve the situation. Please say you'll help us. I knew you would not let me down. You will have all the support I can muster. Now, we are racing against time, so you had best make haste. Who goes there? An adventure, is it? Here and instruct you, Griffiths, you say, thank the matron. Doubtless you already know this, but a towering shadow manifested without warning and attacked the hero in the midst of the right. Most of his party has been successfully evacuated, but 5 remain unaccounted for. Please find them and see them out of harm's way. A great shadow towering over me. What in the 12 woods, Grace? Adventure, please, you must save the hare. Here. Galfred sent you. I am no longer of use here. Pray help the hare in my stead. Away, vile fiend! Away, I say! I defy you! I defy you! Oh, adventurer. We were ambushed in the midst of the ritual, and then, I'm not sure what happened. You were sent to help. I fear it is too late. The ritual has failed. I must needs return to Gridania. The seeds here must know of this. That thing was no element, but a being born of darkness. Mind you, this part is there. Normally, I wouldn't be able to understand these words; they would not be in this speech. But gibberish is not exactly something I can speak because I don't know how this one. O mournful voices of creation, grant ye this humble stone or soul that it may wake to life. golem could be vanquished. That woman is no ordinary adventurer. Damnations! He has eluded us yet again. Oh, fancy meeting you here. How are things? Whatever are you? Shh, we're more birds. This makes it how many times today? 7? The movements are beyond our fathoming. Do you think maybe they're trying to summon their primal? I hope not. For all our sakes, yet we must be prepared for the worst. Withered, the same fate as the fallen emerald moss. It's as we feared. Dalmon's anomaly is affecting life in the Twelveswood. You mean the disturbance of the etheric flow? It's very same. The Guardians have a lot to answer for. The imbalance they have created is plunging the land into chaos, just as Louisville forewarned. It is no wonder the primals have started appearing. The time is against us, but there's still hope for the land. We must hold fast to that hope and fight to the very last. Agreed. Wow. Stupid things. These stupid things happen to be the very laziest Charlene innovation. Show some respect. But they're so uncomfortable and ugly. If you ask me, they're an improvement over the mask of yours. Hard to believe it's already been 5 whole years, isn't it? Already 5. Already? 5 years is but a heartbeat in the lifespan of a planet. I suppose you're right. Now that I think about it, the 12 have barely recovered at all, and the Gridanians still have the same old problems. Aye, along with some new ones. Just in case the Ixal and Garuda weren't in trouble enough, the Sylphs had to go and invite Ramu, didn't they? Do you ever think about those adventures who fought alongside us? I do. And then 5 years seems like ages. I wonder what's become of them. Hida, look. Golly! This is what exactly. Yet another disturbance in the ether, and freshly manifested at that. It seems to be emanating from the Lifeman stump. We must hurry. Are you alright? Your eyes glazed over for a while there. The good news is that the hero is unharmed. Somewhat dazed, yes, but whole of mind and body. The bad news concerns everything else. Lest you forget, the 12 wood is the domain of the elements. It is by their leave that man abides in the forest to avail himself of its bounty. The ground which the dungeon occupies is no different. Having no more use for the dungeon, the Gridanians sent a hero to offer the place back to the elements by way of the right of returning, which is essentially an expression of gratitude. Alas, he failed to complete the ritual for obvious reasons. While the poor soul cannot be blamed for this, the fact remains that unless the elements are given their due, they may well consider it a slight, and the very last thing the Gridanians can afford to do in these uncertain times is to risk alienating the 12 Woods' eternal guardians. But you have more than done your part. We shall see the hero to safety, and send for his peers to finish the rite. In the meantime, please make your way outside and report to Alisat. Ah, but where are my manners? I am Papalamo, and that tactless woman beside me here is Ida. Pavel and I are studying the 12's Wood together. Pleased to meet you. Ida, give me a hand, will you? Wait, there's something familiar about you. Could you bet that you are? Never mind. Doubtless my eyes are playing tricks. Till we meet again. This happened in the Spirit Wood. 12 will preserve us. Who is that masked mage, and by what dark ambition is he driven? So many things shrouded in mystery. Well, I shan't find any answers on my own. I must needs discuss this with Galfred. The matter warrants a full investigation. If I am any judge, and that shall certainly be my recommendation, your courage has saved many lives this day, Richard. For this you have my deepest gratitude. Pray, return to Gridania and seek out my own. I understand she wishes to thank you for the efforts on our behalf. A little bird tells me that the hero and his party owe you their lives. A tale for the taverns, if ever there were one. It is the only shame that I must ask you not to tell it, for the time being at least. Do I make myself clear? Until the hero has made their will on the matter known, it would be best to avoid selling people's stories of walking statues. Now then, you must have suitable recompense for your valiant service. For the first half of your reward, I give you leave to take use of the accommodations here at the guild. Arrangements have been made, so all you need to do is speak with on and over whenever you crave the comfort of a firm bed and a soft pillow. The second half of your reward, I offer you another path to fame and fortune. Guild leaves. Guild leaves are records of the various requests we receive from the Cinch. They outline all manner of tasks which obvious young adventurers like you can elect to undertake. Fortrant is our guild leave official leave meet here at the Carlin Canopy. I have spoken with him regarding your knack for solving childly problems. He is eager to make your acquaintance. By the way, have you perchance heard about the coming festival? It is truly a splendid occasion. Look forward to by young and old alike, and one I heartily recommend that you take the time to enjoy. Don't be too disappointed if the recent troubles cast a shadow over the proceedings, however. I fear nothing short of a mysterious interloper's apprehension can prevent that. But we were talking about you. You have made Mother proud. I expect great things of you, young lady. Favorite fresh-faced venture. Oh, do not scowl so. I speak out of habit. You've come a long way since first you walked my door, and I'll not deny it. As a matter of fact, I think it's about time you made yourself useful. Then, Ben Branch Meadows Central Shop. Unlike the groups you see at the banner, the men and women out at Ben Branch are fully occupied with their own work. As such, I imagine there are more than a few who welcome the assistance of a rapidly maturing adventurer like yourself. Ben Branch is also home to a very usefully situated Etherite. It is, in other words, the perfect place for you to begin the next stage of your journey as an adventurer. And what better time than the present? Leave the city via the Blue Bridge Gate and continue southwest until you come to a bridge. Cross it, and when you spy the Etherite in the distance, you may congratulate yourself on successfully found Ben Branch Meadows. If you so fancy, you may also make use of the Chocobo Porter service, doubtlessly the safest way to get to your destination. Chocobo Keep Singer did not hesitate to lend his birds to a capable adventurer like you. Oh, and be sure to introduce yourself to Keithia, the Chocobo Wrangler when you arrive. must be the adventure boy sent word about. I'm Keithia, head of the wranglers around these parts. I've heard many and more things about you. Good things, lest you worry. When the old Caesar bade us welcome adventurers, 'tis fair to say we had our doubts. Tell hard-working folk like yourself said about proving us wrong, that is, concerning convert. Hey, Rogue, you've a mind to help us out at the ranch, have you? Good. We could always do with a hand or two to keep the place running smooth. As a matter of fact, I have a task right here that wants doing. Let me know when you're ready to get busy. Oh, and you come highly recommended. So don't go let no one down here. Seven hells, some bastard Quirn have gone and broken one of me chocobo eggs. The filthy little thief was busy looting the barn when our guard startled it, prompting the damn thing to drop the egg he was clutching and run. Some of the lads gave chase, bless them, but when three more of the vermin appeared, Mila had no choice but to turn back. Something has to be done with these Quirn. Would you mind heading over to the matron's left and having a word with the soldier named Rosalind for me? The Ratman nest is her neck of the woods. See, she'll know what to do. Sorry about that. That was my phone if that came through. Oops. You're here on Kithia's behalf? I see. Working for eggs, you say? And there were 4 of the creatures? The Kikaran are a nuisance at the best of times, but we must now address trespass and choco murder to our list of transgressions. They have forced our hand. Our retribution must be swift and decisive. And who better than you to deliver it, adventurer? Find the lair to the west of here and make an example of exactly 4 from your scramblers. We can send no clear message. Or you're just lazy. Task when necessary, showing them the folly of inciting the wrath of those who consort with adventurers. Perhaps now the Kikir will think twice before giving in to their larcenous proclivities. Josh! Hold on, adventurer, you seem light on your feet. Fancy quick skip along the route of Heaven's Spiller there? I need someone to pick off a blue trumpet or 2. I know what you're thinking. It's not more than a mushroom, so why the commotion? I'll tell you why. You allow the fungal menace to multiply, and with a moon, they'll be covering the whole damn root and rotting the wood clear through. Just watch yourself up there though. The Daramites on the ground won't waste any time adding insult to injury. Once you're done, head up to the top end of the route and report to Theodore. He'll be glad to hear someone's taking care of one of his more dreaded chores. Precipice water, yay! you've cleared the roots of the blue trumpets. Wonderful. To be quite honest, I have this teeny tiny problem with heights. No, it's not my ideal posting, but we all have to do what we must. Keeping the route passable is an important job, you see. It's one of the few ways folks can traverse the central shrouds since the calamity all but split the area in twain. It is not perhaps the easiest pathway to walk, but there are those who believe the will of the matron herself calls this tendril of heaven's pillar to remain thus suspended. Then it might serve the forest people. I'm rather fond of the notion myself. It is inevitably my duty to stand watch over the road from here to Brent Branch Meadows. Branch has become a veritable institution of Gridania, so any threats to its continued operation are taken quite seriously by the wood rails. Which reminds me, perhaps it was my imagination, but I believe I caught a glimpse of some shadowy fellow not too long ago. Would you have in passing word to Rosalind down below? I would go myself, but, well, it's hard enough marshalling the courage to walk the route for my shift. With no guardrails at all. Yeah, I can understand that. Slipping up on, and well, down you go. Now that you mention it, you may have seen something. I just was trigger light before, but I thought I saw a shadow in the forest to the north. Still, this is nothing more than a coherent thief on the run. If you must state your curiosity, by all means, investigate. Should you actually find something, I would like very much to see it. Has he found something? Remnants of a campfire and forgotten bat. This could belong to any veteran of a traveler, and inside we have chocobo grooming brush and rustling oil. But wait, how would a traveler make camp here? And it would be far safer to beg the hospitality of Brent Branch Meadows. Bugger me. I think this belongs to the stranger said to be meddling with chocobos. Thank you, adventurer. Have been lax in our duties. No longer. I suppose we'll find the shadow. Not allow our other sentries to dismiss similar signs. They must know what we have learned. To that end, I've prepared this letter containing everything we know about our mysterious stranger. I need you to show it to my comrades throughout the shroud. Once each sentry has committed the details to memory, have them write their name at the bottom for affirmation. Start with Ilmar at Bannock. Then find Bernard at the eastern gates of Brent Branch Meadows. They ought to relay the information to the others. Finally, make sure Elgar sees the letter. He stands watch within the stables. So if it's the stranger's aim is to harm the chocobos, Elgar may have to personally put an end to it. Look like you're here for training. Shadowy figure. Understood. I'll pass the words to recruits as well as the sentries. Let me just make Make my mark. There, that should do. If you follow the road south, you'll find an hour by the bridge to Bent Branch. Bent Branch. Godspeed, adventurer. Business movie, adventurer. Those right to be cautious. For this strange adventure so close, yet go to such great lengths to remain undetected. It is highly suspicious. Clear to have designs on the bedpost. We appreciate the help. I short my name here, yes. And here, take it. Find Elgar in the city. Ah, see, that's right. Birds and adventurers, they get nervous around strangers. What's this? A shadow stranger near the matron's leaf. I've already shown this to Bernard and Elmore. They said, good. All that stuff is for the staff here. Not everyone here is a wood whaler, true, but even our stable boys won't hesitate to kick their arms to defend these chocobos. Quite the compassionate adventure, by the sound of it. Well, far be it from me to look a gift chocobo in the mouth. I have need of a capable woman like yourself. Received a peddler at the gates the other day, an excitable Lalafell that was sweating and swearing that he had been attacked by a large winged beast. Yet, other than the hornets, I know of no flying creature in this region. If there is any truth to what he has said, it might prove problematic for other travelers. Follow the road south and see if you can find any evidence to support his claim. And should you find something, kindly let Lothar to patrol his areas sometime instead of just standing beneath the spire and staring at the goddamn road. And those words. Northern Vulture 2, and they were defending a nest? Well, perhaps we should omit the last detail from any official reports. I'd rather not give Elgar any further cause to be cross. Thank you for slaying the beast. And rest assured that I will not permit this to happen again. I have another task for you, Adventurer. I need you to head to the hedge tree to the southwest of here and speak with Harrier Leone. After tending the hedge tree, the hero was scheduled to board a boat from the mere planks. Well, the vessel's departure time has come and gone, but there's still no sign of it. Knowing how absorbed the hero becomes in her work, I am not unduly concerned. Armel, however, has responsible for organizing Luna's transportation. He's likely wondering if a wayward passenger is ever going to arrive. Perhaps a gentle reminder is in order? troubles you me oh me ah yes, well I quite forgot. Oh, my task was to finish well and finished. But the elements remember of a malevolent presence in the was to bide a while longer. And I might and a divine source that was using for me. Well now being late for writing. You bear message from here only on. An evil presence deep crown. That does sound grave indeed. I shall go a vessel for a later time then. Perhaps a bell from now? 2? Better make it 3, just to be safe. Thank you for your trouble. I used to smooth another matter, my lady. A wagon that departed from Quarry Mill has overturned on the road when some large, ill-tempered forest chose that moment to defend its territory. I know Fikia's grace, the driver escaped without serious injury, but the wagon's cargo was not so fortunate. With none willing to risk another encounter with the creature, I can only assume the goods remained strewn across the ground where the incident occurred. Simply follow the road here to the south and you should come across a wreckage. Salvage what cargo you can and deliver it to Kathy at Bent Branch Meadows. If you would be so kind. Size to what you're carrying. So those crates, you wouldn't be running like this, you'd be walking like this. And you'd be walking right past the people that you're helping. I think they're gonna help you. True, you could also teleport. I mean, they do, the Otherite Crystal is a mode of transportation. But still, it is kind of weird that, you know, things are proportioned to the size of what you would carry. So most of the stuff that you'd be carrying in your sack or fanny pack would not necessarily be enough. A backpack might not do very well. But then there's the fantasy life. We have the ever important storage magic. Infinite storage magic. Or not infinite, but at least storage magic. You have a delivery for me. Ah, this is the shipment. Oops. Seems I can't get through 2 bells these days without hearing some new tale of wars and deep cross bandit cutthroats falling in woods hereabouts. It makes me wonder if Michokos are safe at night. Does? If we're ever in need of adventure skills, I hope we'll be around till the night. please, God, no. Leah's egg. Master, you must help me. I stepped out of the stables for but a moment, and when I returned, it was gone. What was gone? An egg. An egg. Sorry. You're sure that chocobos will lay another? You don't understand. The egg is extremely valuable. I must find it. You will help me, won't you, lass? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Someone must have made off with it. There can be no other explanation, and I shall scour every elm of the stable once more, just to be sure. While I do so, I should be very grateful if you would ask the others if they notice anything unusual. See anyone acting suspicious? I most certainly did last. Man, it was running off towards Temter Deepcroft. You say an egg was took? I'd say that was your culprit. But why would anyone pinch a chocobo egg? Without the proper learn, it's damn near impossible to get one to hatch. Chocobo egg was gone missing. Well, let me think. Now that you mention it, the chocobos were making quite a racket earlier. So much so, in fact, that I ran over to check on them, almost flattening a passing parallel in my haste. I didn't find anything out of the ordinary, though. Could I describe her? Oh, he was an Elysian fellow. Didn't recognize his face. Seemed awfully twitchy. Oh, God. You don't think he... Why in the hell didn't I cost him? I see any odd characters aside from yourself and me, not that I recall. I did see someone calming birds, but only from a distance. I assume it was Silver. If you say he was away from the stables at the time, who was that with the chocobos? It's kind of funny when you do that question when you talk to 3. He should have been the one that actually should have seen something more descriptive because Temterra is down here. That might just be the order. No. Yeah, so it's kind of weird. Be no mistake then, the egg was indeed stolen. And from what you have told me, this is no simple robbery. That the culprit would take only Leah's egg and disregard all the rest tells me we are dealing with someone well versed in chocobo breeding. I'm sorry to say that the individual in question is like to be a citizen of my native Ishgard. Leah, you see, is of the bloodline of Oranos, one of the greatest birds ever to grace his garden stable. Many a man in my homeland would give his right arm to possess one of Leah's eggs. God, I should have foreseen this. We must give chase at once. Hold your chocobos, look quick. This egg thief is from Richgard. Like you say, why'd he go running off towards Tamter Deepcroft? Unless I've got me mental map upside down. That's the opposite direction. Well, yes, but he may seek to lay a false trail or... bah! That's why it's not important. The why of it is not important. Leah's egg is still all that matters. Venture, I beg of you, hunt the scoundrel down and take back what he stole. Well, unless you ain't planning on chasing after him yourself, wherever he's from. It may work wonders with our birds, lass, but acts of daring do ain't exactly our field. If you don't mind, we'll leave that to you. With luck, you may catch the thief on the road to Tamter Deepcroft, but do be careful. We cannot be certain he's working alone in this. Caught you at last, you spiteful imp. Now hand one over the egg. Can't have it, Kupo. This egg belongs to Lukoya. When Halloons blade free are you. Ah, those sods of Ben Branch hired themselves an adventure, did they? Yet another complication. This farce has gone on long enough. Kill the Moogle and the farmer's hireling. And bring me that damned egg. Thank you, Kupo. What's that, Kupo? How did I come to be out here? Well, this egg here is Leah's. Leah's a very special chocobo, in case you didn't know. Anyway, I was having a nap in the stables when a nasty fellow crept in and tried to steal it, Kupo. So I snatched it as quickly as I could, and made a run for it. I was planning to take it to Ben Branch myself, but it might be safer if you did it. I'm sure Link will be very happy to see you, Kupo. Do you have the egg? Is it safe? Yes, it is. It has the right coloring, the right weight, and most David can lay his egg. I know not how to thank you. You had me worried there for a bit there, lass. 'Tis good to see you and the egg back safe and sound. So I was correct in my assumption that an Guardian was involved, albeit one who did not, in fact, make off with the egg. Well, I could hardly have anticipated the intervention of Moogle. Buggery, could it be the same one? Could it? The two we encountered are unlikely savior killers. Yeah. Could be, aye. One of them saved my hide back when the calamity struck. I was in part of the woods, what we now call the standing courses, that day. It seemed like the whole bleeding forest was ablaze, and I couldn't see Yalm in front of me for all the smoke. Well nigh giving up hope I had. All of a sudden a Moogle appears out of nowhere, tugs at me, smoldering sleeve, and leads me straight to a wood where the fire hadn't taken hold. Now you know why the business named Moogle's gift mounts. Seemed like the least I could do. I'd be dead if it weren't for that plucky little bugger. incredible. It may well be the Moogle who has stood vigil over us ever since that day. We better get back to work then. Wouldn't want to be letting our guardian angel down, would we? Master, you have our thanks. Oh, and I believe Link wants to give you a little something for your troubles. Leah's egg is irreplaceable. I cannot well express to you the depth of my gratitude, and yet I find that I am still troubled. While this whole rigmarole was unfold, I bore witness to a sight which greatly concerned me. My thanks for your kindness, sir. I hate to impose again, but I have need of your assistance in another matter, one of grave importance. Of late, I have noticed that exilied dirigibles have been appearing over the 12s with increasing regularity. The frequency, however, does not bother me so much as to where they chose to fly. I had to sky directly above the guardian tree. The tree is a sacred site, so I was given to believe when I first came to Gridani, and thus I naturally assumed that the elements would not suffer Ixal to profane it. Yet the birdmen have been coming and going as they please, with nary of sign of protest from the guardians of the 12 and it was that which set me to thinking. Ever since the appearance of the much talked about suspicious individual, many more strange things have been occurring in the forest. Could it be that he did something to the elements? And in case it proved useful, I have committed the details of my sightings to parchment. I would ask that you deliver the document to Mother Moe. Please make all haste. I have an irrepressible feeling that something terrible is about to happen. The last word of tireless efforts at the Bedburn Barrels had reached my ears. The folk there have naught but the highest praise for you. They have a knack for making mother proud. Can't believe we're working here. A letter. Come on, quick. I have the slightest inkling what this could be about. God, be good. I have a mission for you. The last suffices to say it is urgent. Fear may also prove dangerous. However, you must be prepared. Make with arrangements as you can. Report back to me the moment you are ready. Time is of the essence, so I shall speak plain. Based on Lingui's observations, the Ixal have designs on the guardian tree, and they mean to act soon. The tree is the oldest thing living in this ancient forest, and it is held sacred by everyone firstborn guardian. Should it become to any harm, the elementals will fly into rage beyond pacifying. I dread to think of the chaos that would ensue. There isn't much time. We must act quickly. Last, please see this letter to the hands of Bollard Lewin at the seat of first blow of the quiver's hold. Should the need arise, pray put yourself wholly at the man's disposal. I strongly expect he will need all the able-bodied souls he can muster. The fate of Gridani hangs in the balance. Go swiftly, last. Message from Mama. Farewell, you may enter. The adventurer of whom I've heard so much, and I understand you wish words with me. Moan has informed me on the Ixal, you say. Speak freely. You have both my ears. Matron for a friend. They mean to defile the guardian tree? Before no Fiki, I swear those filthy vermin will not touch it and die. Not so much as a single leaf. 12 help me. How can it be that neither the wood rulers nor the gods could have caught wind of this? Cannot help but think this plot bears the mark of the masked devil who has eluded us for so long. We must be wary. This incursion may be more than it seems. Would the warriors of light here were with us, but this is no time for such idle thoughts. I thank you for delivering this message. You may assure Moen that I will dispatch a unit investment to invest. My lord, what is it? The Ixal, sir. The Ixal have amassed the guardian tree. Already? Bloody hells! Moen believes you are capable, and I can think of no better judge than she. Lend us your strength this day. Aid in the defense of the guardian tree. May think maybe doing maybe interjecting and probably doing something like other ones have done, where they just make a new character and redo the quest. I mean, I could do that. Thinking about it, I may do that. That way you can get all the side quest benefits as well as your journey. At least I can just show you at least up to before the split, and then I can do maybe start at a different country for the new character. Paragons we possess, to our former glory restore us all. It will. From this tree a great crystal we take, unto Gordania an offering we shall make. Unfeathered ones and elementals, banished we shall, our ancient home reclaim we will. First squad, left flank. Second squad, third, right rank. Right flank rank. Thrust, form the main host with me. It's time we reminded our Ixo guests why Griffin are to be feared. This is yours, Richard. May the elements keep you. Interrupt us, you dare, and in your own blood you shall better. bids you hold this position. Enemies may yet lurk, so stay on your guard. You go to bolster the left flank. The battle yet raging. Best of the goal, you will not fare so well this this, I throw out to command that I may smite my enemies. Suffer to live. Wisdoms of the Paragon should be brought low. That the wisdom of the Paragon should be brought low. Mere mortals. Paragons. That's what I heard. Bringers of chaos. Assassins in the proper name. See mercies was correct. It is they who have been manipulating the beast tribe. Near, I would have sent men, not called them away. No mistake. He's the one who stirred the Ixal from their nest. Intelligence was reliable. So this is the man who eluded us for so long. I finally got him. His presence that came here as swiftly as my legs could carry. Well, it's good to know that we're up against anyway. Many thanks as ever, friends. Rivermen, move out. Say you played an integral role in this mission would scarcely do justice to your efforts to stay adventure. On your return to Gridania, pray visit me at the court's home. Say that you receive dates you are due. You're probably wondering why we always seem to appear when tell you that think I'll finish the rest of this later. Yeah, either that or I'll start up the next side of it.